Hello, Anna Sabramowitz here from eLearner Engaged, and today I want to share with you my insights from a book I got that I just finished. It is Lean In, Sheryl Sandberg, by Sheryl Sandberg. And so let me be honest, I never saw the original TED Talk after I finished the book, and then I read the acknowledgments, which I found very interesting. I really enjoyed that part as well. I finally watched the TED Talk, and it was basically a quick intro, almost overview of the book itself. So I didn't feel like I was missing anything because I read the book. But what I also discovered, obviously, is the fact that there's this foundation or organization that Sheryl has set up, which is called leanin.org. And I encourage you to check it out, because what it has is just all these resources from other professionals who are excellent at negotiating, excellent at communication, speaking, management. She's organized all these people, either sources from TED Talks, or basically these look like videos that were actually created especially for this purpose, is to help upskill women. And this repository of education there is just huge and free. And the other thing that's going on in there is these circles that you can organize in your city, and it's for other professional women to get in touch and I guess build capacity or just discuss their challenges and help each other out, which is really cool, and hoping to be joining one very, very soon when I move to Victoria or other places that might have it that I might be moving to. And the other thing that I found was very cool and interesting, actually two things. So the first one is the idea that assertiveness is positively, and ambition is positively correlated for men, as in it's something that makes them look good, makes them look better, makes people receive them better. And for women, ambition and assertiveness is seen as a negative trait. And so one of the examples that she points out to is a woman who was just a very ambitious, a trendsetter, and made a lot of headway in lots of different ventures that she went into, a very full professional career. And they took this woman's resume, her accomplishments, and put them in a resume, and then duplicated that resume and the only thing that they changed on the resume was the first name of that person. So one was Howard and one was like Henrietta, whatever. And so they had students evaluate who they would hire, who they would find most qualified, let's say, for the job. And then the good news is that both resumes were judged as equally qualified for the job, let's say. However, what happened is that Howard was more likable than Henrietta, because Henrietta seemed like she was an opportunistic kind of person. She wouldn't be a good person to work with. Howard, on the other hand, was ambitious and a go-getter, so type A personality, so that was, or A player anyways, so that was seen as a positive trait in a man. So it's very challenging to try to be ambitious, I guess, in the world and come across as a person who is just trying to do their best, right? And one of the strategies that they talk about in the book is how to negotiate from that standpoint as a woman, how to leverage the idea that this ambition, that you have it, but you know that it will be seen as bossiness or aggression, and how to use that to negotiate better from your vantage point as a woman. It's very cool. It's very interesting, and I would totally suggest you check it out, and also check out the resources online. And the other point was that, I mean, she was very honest about this, and I feel like I've experienced this more than I'd like to say. Not always, but it's been 50-50. The idea that when you enter a workforce, or you're moving forward or you're moving up, that it's not always some sort of an orchestrated, or it's like it's not premeditated that you're not moving up. Sometimes it's you yourself, you hold yourself back, you don't recognize your own value, but also it's other women who have been used to being either the top dog, the only dog, or don't understand or don't understand a woman who is ambitious herself, and they don't work with you, they work against you. So in order for us to all move forward, everybody has to be forward. Everybody has to be on the same page. And I really understand that. I really appreciate that. And I hope that I can be an enabler for other women, and never hold them back, when even if their values or as far as their personal goals don't align necessarily with mine. That's none of my business. That's for every individual to choose, but we shouldn't be holding them back, men or women, based on what we perceive roles should be. And actually, one of the things that I was inspired by today is pretty cool. I was looking at the new French president and how his wife is 25 years older than him. And I thought, that is so cool, because, we have, obviously, even in movies, it's just so blatant how it's okay for an older actor to have sometimes 30 years difference between him and his if his leading lady. But it doesn't reverse. The roles don't reverse unless you're like Thelma and Louise, and that's like once in every 20 years do we make a movie like that. And all of a sudden we have a president whose wife is 25 years older than him, and it's phenomenal. I think it's so cool. I think that there's a lot of changes going on, and one of those things is these norms about what it means to be a man or a woman, or married, or in love, or a power couple, which is awesome. Those are my closing thoughts. I thought I'd leave you with that, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead. And for whoever is watching, I really appreciate you checking this out and tuning in, and have a great rest of the day.